I have a few goals for this channel. Number one is I already completed one of them, which was to review every single Star Wars movie. And I'm working on the TV shows too, so that's happening. Oh my gosh. But my other plan is to review every single Studio Ghibli movie, which is very hard to do. You do not understand how hard it is to do because those are great movies, but if you don't do them justice, you failed. Like, you just failed. And the last one would be to review every single Ninja Turtles movie ever made. And there's not actually that many. There's about 6. There's the original trilogy, and then there's the animated film, and then there's the 2 other Michael Bay produced films. Not directed, but yeah, I'm a big Turtles fan. Because, of course, my dad grew up with the Ninja Turtles. You know, that's his thing. And I'm not even really sure how I got into the Ninja Turtles. It was probably the 2012 series, if I can remember correctly. 2003 series came out the year I was born. So I was kind of too young for that show when it came out. And I've never seen it, honestly. There's really no way for me to watch it. I know I've seen the Turtles Forever special, but that special, like, I don't even remember. I just know I've seen it. I saw it one time. I can't tell you anything about it, but I know I've seen it, so. But I know the 2012 series I liked for a little bit. And then I remember that huge toy line, because when those toys came out, there was no other series since 2003, or Fast Forward, which Fast Forward nobody remembered. So, whichever one of those came first. And that huge toy line came out, and I was like, oh my gosh. And the characters looked so ugly. They were so weird and bizarre mutants, and I remember thinking, man, these things are so ugly. I think they're so cool. I just wanted to have them all. And I had like a bunch of Ninja Turtles. They all fight each other. And then the 2014 movie came out, which was like, those designs, even as like 8-year-old, 10-year-old me, however old I was. How old was I? Now I'm 16, turning 17, and the movie came out in 2014. I'm not going to do the math. Who cares? Point is, I was pretty young. I was about 10, 12, 8 years old, somewhere in that range. I don't even know. I didn't like the trailers. I thought the designs were horrible, and everyone agreed on that. But I still saw the movie because I love Ninja Turtles, and oh my gosh, I like those movies a lot. In fact, I bought the first one for Christmas, and I love that movie. Then the year after that, I rebought them in a like lunchbox set, which I don't even know what happened to that lunchbox. I had all kinds of Ninja Turtle stuff. I love the 80s cartoon. I actually had the theme song. I bought the theme song off of Amazon Music, and it used to actually be my ringtone, but it got kind of embarrassing when I'd be in class sometimes, and like, you hear Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, do 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 do. You know, the whole 80s theme. I don't even think that's the actual 80s theme. I'm more familiar with the 2012 series, because of course that is the one I actually grew up with. I don't even own the 80s series. I should get that series at some point, but all the box sets that come out, I've not been too much of a big fan of. But I'll probably get it at some point. But yeah, I'm a big Turtles fan. And I remember at Walmart, they had a 4-pack of all the movies. I think it was like either $5, $10, something like that. And that's when I first saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. I love this movie, even at a very young age. And, of course, I got rid of that DVD set that had all 4 movies. One, because I never watched any of the other ones besides the first movie. And, I mean, there was Blu-ray. So, I finally picked this up yesterday. at a yard sale, and it was basically brand new. Blu-ray worked perfectly. This is like my favorite Ninja Turtles interpretation because, of course, the comics are dark superhero parodies. In fact, they're Daredevil. They were inspired by Daredevil, and they were going to be like Daredevil parodies, but they're kind of different than that. It's a stupid concept. That's why when they made it into a kids cartoon, it's kind of weird that they made this adult, violent, gritty kids cartoon or comic into a kids cartoon. And it worked out. It sold a lot of toys, and it's a great show. Like, flat out. It's not, with Transformers, G.I. Joe, some of those shows, it's like, this is 80s. It's not even a good show anymore. No, Ninja Turtles. Still a good show, like today. I flat out think that. Some people always tell me Ninja Turtles sucks. It's kind of dumb. It's like, no, doesn't suck. It's dumb, but yes, it's good. It's freaking good. And this is like the movie I tell everyone who's not a Ninja Turtles fan to watch because it's awesome. This movie is not perfect, of course. This is actually a independent film because nobody wanted to make a Ninja Turtles movie, but these suits that were made by the Jim Henson Company are fantastic. Like, I believe these suits more than I believe the actual motion capture work that was done on the 2014 movie. I think these actually look like the cartoon more than those designs ever will. I think it's a great I think this is also just a great movie because it takes everything I like about the comics, the dark and gritty tone, and then it takes the 80s cartoon and puts that lighter tone in there. So yeah, there's darker moments, but it's got a goofier tone. It's more played around with. It's pretty cheesy. Like, there are dumb moments in this movie. Like, there's a moment where Master Splinter's talking, and then one of the turtles will start dancing and turn on boom 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 boom. Sorry about that, but that's dumb. Like, that's dumb. The guy who's, there's all kinds of stupid things in this movie. They're swearing, there's some adult, more, I don't even want to say adult, but like just an edgier tone. I don't even want to say edgier. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, just a more serious tone. Yeah, that works. And it's having fun. It's still being cheesy. It's still being dumb. I think where this movie fails is in the story department. But Ninja Turtles has never had a great story. But, like, I don't find the Shredder that intimidating throughout this movie. It's mostly the Turtles just kind of hanging out with April. Then they'll leave. Then they get an attack. And then they leave the city and come back at the end. It's like a 4-part episode of Ninja Turtles, basically. First is the setup episode. Then the next episode is them hanging out with April until they all get captured, until they all have to leave the city. And then the next episode is them staying at this farm, kind of just trying to prepare to go back to the city. And the next episode they go back to the city. I think this is actually an episode. I think this movie was actually adapted into episodes of the 2012 series. Well, I know it was, but it was more inspired. I don't want to say adapted, but it's not exactly the same, but it's kind of similar to that. And that's why I think this is a great movie, but I think this movie kind of fails in a story department. But I don't go to Ninja Turtles for story. I go for the characters. I go for the cheesy fun of it. I don't watch Ninja Turtles to think, man, I'm wanting this amazing story. I like the score to this movie. I just like everything about this movie. Yes, it's a little 90s, a little cheesy, but that's what Ninja Turtles should be. It shouldn't be taken seriously at all. Never should be. It can still have a serious tone to it, but it still needs to be fun within that tone. And it's a very difficult thing to balance, and not every show and movie does it well. And I think this movie does it well. I think the 80s cartoon does it well. I think the 2012 series does it well. I think there's a lot of properties that do that well. So Really, if you haven't seen this movie, you should watch it. It's just a good movie. Whether you're a Ninja Turtle fan or not.